last thing the Flash saw when he went into the windshield?
What?
His butt.
Oh, that's a cleaned up one. I always heard his ass.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, okay.
But, there's children who might be listening. We don't know. Hi.
Well, everybody needs to learn new vocabulary.
No, they don't.
Oh.
Hi, my name is Sean Landry.
On Summers.
And we are the seniors. And it's been a wild week, hasn't it? TikTokers and IGers and all you guys, us Facebookers.
I think it's Facebookians.
Facebookians, yes. We are really, really super excited. This is going to be a fun show because children might be involved. You never know what's going to happen.
It's like that. Remember that one, the guy was doing the newscast and his cat was behind him licking himself.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
That's not what happens with the child. Before we start, as always, I would like to introduce our amazing and back from a world tour of
it's always a world tour for him.
14 Clouds.
There you go.
Improv God. Hey, Improv God.
Hey, Sean.
How are you, Improv God? How was your week?
Doing pretty good. Had a great world tour. Visited some clouds, some gated neighborhoods. It was a good experience.
Oh, even in heaven, there's gated communities.
Alas.
Hey, I'm almost positive. Behind the gated community in heaven or in improv world, you got Chris Farley there. You got Dell screaming at him. And on the outskirts are people who never got into Second City.
See, that reminds me of the old story from remember Dave Allen?
Yeah.
Dave Allen's story where it's like, there are people they're going up to heaven. Mm-hmm. And they're going, okay, now you come over here.
Telling bad jokes.
Yeah. Over there is all the Muslims. That's Muslim heaven over there, and over there is the Protestant heaven. And he's going through all these different heavens, and then there's this big brick wall, and then they go, oh, what's behind there? Oh, that's Catholic heaven. They like to think they're the only ones here.
Yeah, we will be doing bad jokes all night long. From different comedians.
Love Dave Allen.
And with that, I love this guy because he's actually performing with us. He started off at IO Chicago doing improvisation, I believe, and a lovely group with some very popular people doing improv. And they're rich, whatever. But right now, they once upon a time stood in a frozen lake doing improv pictures as we do. They were called Inside Vladimir. He's a stand-up comedian at this present time, and he's amazingly funny, amazingly kind, and like an improviser, outrageously late. Ladies and gentlemen, from Los Angeles, Mr. Jeff Ahern. Come on in, Jeff.
Hey, great to be here. And yes, I am outrageously late, but in my defense, it's not really defense, unintentionally. But still late as always. But it's great to be here.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, man.
Blame it on a tremor, and your power went out, your clocks went off. That's why you're late.
That's exactly what happened. It was a small one centralized to my house, and it was brutal.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you do, if you want to be on time, don't go to Jeff Ahern's house because 9 out of 10, an earthquake is happening.
I'm right at the epicenter of multiple. I'm right on one of those fault lines. But it's a very short one.
Hey, Jeff, I know you've always wanted to talk to him, and why not? I would like to introduce you to Improv God. Jeff Ahern, this is Improv God.
Hello, Improv God. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, Jeff.
Can you do something about my knees? Because one stopped hurting and then the other one turned on. So I'm really, if you could shoot me some of your God love into my knee, I would much appreciate it. But how does that sound?
Creaky joints are one of the great comedic sound effects in improv. It's not something that I like to meddle with.
Thank you.
Yeah,
find the positive.
You could find another improv god that might do it. Just it's off limits for me.
All right.
Well,
It's like the
I'd
unexpected
ask.
part when you're sitting down.
Right, exactly. Hey, Improv God, this is actually, I'm actually really happy right now. It's not because of this wine.
Well, that helps.
It really does.
Yeah.
And the good stuff, because I have our first Vax party.
We've had 3 so far.
3 so far.
Yeah.
Packed people, which I'm very happy. And I'm just going to start inviting people over. So instead of Zoom, it'll just be in the fucking house.
Yeah. Just turn all the cameras on, let it go.
Exactly. Improv God. On my Facebook wall.
Wait, want to go into that or want to ask some questions first?
No, I want to play.
You want to play, do you?
I want to play.
Okay.
Improv,
Whatever Shawnee wants.
Thank you.
Okay, good.
Let me talk.
Okay.
Improv.
Yes.
Improv.
Yes.
Thank you. On my Facebook wall, I have a shit ton of suggestions, and the question was, if you had to explain your favorite moment or event in one sentence, what would that be? So as always, go to my Facebook wall, Improv God, and give me a suggestion for us to improvise for about 10 or so minutes. And
let us know who posted it,
so we can make fun of them.
We have one from Deanna Zamboni.
Deanna Zamboni is a pack person. She was in my level 3 class, and she is very funny and very kind. What did she have to say for herself?
Her best moment or event: moving to Los Angeles and asking herself, "Do you take this city to be your lawful wedded spouse?" She said yes.
And I'm so sad because no one stood up to contest that.
anyone here?
Is anyone here?
No, why this poor girl shouldn't stay in Los Angeles.
Hi. Hi, I'm every casting person who's failed. Saying I do to LA. Something about LA. Oh, Jeff.
Yes.
Are you ready to improvise?
Oh, heck yeah. I'm excited to. And our beautiful city. We get to talk about it. Sorry, I'm getting into character.
You do that.
I love it.
Let's do this, Improv God.
All
Fade us to black.
Yeah, I guess I realized I first loved this city when I was all set to get married to Beth, and she didn't want to live here, and I just told her I didn't want to live with her,
So, for all purposes, you moved halfway across the country from Illinois to go and break up with somebody.
Yeah, it sounds weird when you say it, but yeah, that's
No, it's what happened.
Yeah, but it's still your emphasis made it sound like it's not like a normal thing to do.
It's not a normal thing to do. Why would you do? You've done this before a million times, and you did it to me, and I'm living here. Come on. There's something about this that makes people act like assholes.
I feel like that's what people say because LA's like really good and LA's real selective, and so people try to cast shade on it. But everybody loves LA. You might pretend you don't, but I think you do.
This is coming from someone who works all the time. Do you realize I just did a call back for a pharmaceutical company and I had to go and show them how fat I was?
It's all about your attitude. I mean, you got to be in front of a casting director. You got to be in front of a camera And I mean, yeah, maybe it's a little hurtful that they have you like, go like wubba 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 or whatever they have you do to
Yeah,
prove
it
your.
was you see, and that's why I sent you the script because the whole wubba 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 thing.
It's what they're after. It's the director's vision. I mean, now you're every director has a vision, and this director's vision was wubba wubba wubba. It's not.
It made no fucking sense.
Well, no, it didn't make any sense. But I understood it wasn't so much the wubba wubba. It was just what does he want what you did with the wubba wubba, not the wubba wubba itself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. God damn it. Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Can you do me a big favor?
What?
Can you gonna get me some more of this?
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm here.
Mm-hmm. See, I married right.
Well, he takes care.
Yeah, when I moved here to Los Angeles, I'm like, I have choices. I can be an administrative assistant. I can be a high-end hooker, or I can go and just find somebody who thinks that I'm amazing, no matter the low amount of skill I have. And I found Bill.
Do you ever regret not going the high-end hooker route?
Well, I almost did. It's when you work in to play theater, it's almost like being a hooker, isn't it?
It is. So like I mean, if you just gone the extra mile, you could be doing pretty well, and maybe you'd actually like that way.
Oh, honey,
Yeah.
I didn't tell you. There was hey.
We were just talking about L.A.
Yeah. That's all I want to talk to you.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I've been working on online, because we can't go in the office.
No, yeah.
And
it saves on gas. He's been working in Pasadena.
Yeah, it saves
Thank
saves
God
on
I'm
gas,
not living in Pasadena.
Yeah.
I would be boinking the mailman if I was in Pasadena.
Well, they kind of, once the pandemic is over, they kind of want to transfer me to an office in Philadelphia. So I thought, Philly would be different.
Yeah, it would be very different.
Okay, so you're good with it. Great. I'll let them know it's okay.
Can you do me a favor? That, even though that's an amazing pour, can you just pour that up to there for me?
Oh, you want Phil more? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about Philadelphia.
Philadelphia Freedom. I love you.
Yeah,
yes, I do.
And the steps, the Rocky Steps.
The Rocky Steps. Okay. Someone got killed me.
That's great.
No, it's not.
I think in a way it is. It's going to make you face what you've been hiding from.
Make me hide from going back to the East Coast?
Hey, you can tell him now. You can tell him that you love L.A. And I'm not the only one. If he breaks up with you because of it, ha ha! Look at me. I'm not the only jackass.
So you're right. So you're fucking right. You're not that much of a jackass. Oh, hi.
Hi, I filled it up some more for you.
That is an $82 pour.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. So
that is a Los Angeles $82 pour.
Yeah, so you're good with Philadelphia? Because, they gave
This is a Los Angeles $82 pour. And you know how much this would cost in Philadelphia?
Oh, probably like $10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Low end.
That's why I thought, you'd be okay with it. But if you're not okay with Philadelphia, they gave me another option.
I mean,
so, if you want
I think we should decide our fate by Mark.
So, okay, Philadelphia, I'd be the assistant. I'd be the vice president in the Philadelphia office. But they said, if you don't want to move to Philadelphia, you could run our office in Orlando, Florida.
Well, that's a no-brainer. I'd do Orlando.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right by this. They have a lot of COVID in both of those places.
Yeah, they do. Do you realize that right now, Los Angeles has the lowest rate of infection above Honolulu?
Well, they didn't give me the option of Honolulu.
Of course not, because that's nice.
Well, we don't have an office there. It's so, where are they going to transfer me to?
They can leave.
They can transfer me to Honolulu, but it'd be like transferring the unemployment.
They could leave you here. Am I right, Mark? They could leave you here.
these days with everything remote, you'd probably be better off here. I mean, you'd save them money on moving expenses. A lot of people who go to Orlando wind up hooked to drugs. A lot of people who go to Philly wind up shot dead. So I think there's pros and cons to staying versus both cities, or states.
Yeah.
Something to think about. I'm so sorry. I said something and then I'm like, oh, but I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to tell him. You should just tell him. Tell him you love LA.
Well, that's what LA has made me. It's made me totally passive aggressive.
You got a good point there. I guess I could try and dissuade him, but it's like at the end of the day, it's got to be you. I mean, you're the one who sleeps with him.
Well, that's true. And that's the thing. You could have been sleeping with me and we could have just been passive aggressive together. But oh no, you have to come and move out here after me and then go and break up with somebody and then leave me flapping in the wind. And then I had to go and find someone who is just the nicest guy in the world. And how often do you find that in Los Angeles, honestly? Because he's actually from LA. He's actually from here.
There's always still being a high-end hooker. If things don't work out with you two,
I'm too old and too fat to be a high-end hooker.
Don't you ever sell yourself down like that. You are just right to be a high-end hooker. You could be the best high-end hooker there ever was. I will not have you feeling bad for yourself. Now go put on a garter belt.
That's so fucking nice. That's the nicest thing I've heard in a very long time. I'm not going to fucking do it because that's some disease-riddled bullshit. But,
well, there's the downsides to everything, and with if you can survive COVID, what's a venereal disease? That's the way I look at it. But I mean, that's a plan B or C. I don't want you to be
right. Oh, hey, sweetie. Hey.
I was thinking about what you said, and if you don't want to move to Philly. Or Orlando.
It's cold, and Orlando is the land of that guy.
Well, I actually got a response.
Florida guy.
I got a response because I thought maybe I could want to change my field of endeavor.
You went to your email.
Yeah, okay. And I was just offered. It was a pretty good job in Des Moines, Iowa. So I think maybe we'll go for the Des Moines.
Ooh, yeah, Des Moines.
Des Moines. Isn't that better than Philly and Orlando?
I mean, in a sense, yes, because there's nothing going on that can hurt you in any way, but you might die of boredom. I mean, I'm not making that up. The lifespan in there is very short, and a lot of it is because people don't have anything to do. You're from LA. I mean, aren't you going to miss all the great things about it? Aren't you going to miss the there's the
I'm gonna Musos and Franks. Musos and Franks.
Yeah.
Musos and Franks.
Okay.
Pinks.
Yeah.
You like hot dogs.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah.
You like going to the La Brea Tar Pits.
Yeah. I like the smell.
I mean, there's nothing better than a little dinosaur screaming for his mother as it's sinking in tar.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's very romantic.
Yeah.
That's where my dad took me when I was 6.
Yeah. You never told me.
Yeah, he took me to La Brea Tar Pits.
Oh, that's
nice. And I think it was a punishment because he goes, if you keep talking back, I'm going to throw you into that tar pit. But I remember it's a childhood memory.
I'm sure he was probably joking, or not. No, okay. Well, there's so much here.
There's exactly what Mark says. There's so much here. You want to stay. Tell your boss that you can work remotely. And if you want, I can go to your office and talk to your boss, Theodore. I can talk to Ted. And I can work some things out with him. I'm almost positive he'll give you a raise. You believe me?
Yeah, Ted's a nice guy.
Yeah. I'll make him I will go and talk to him.
Okay.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
What?
Give me a $2,000 Los Angeles pour and put it right up to the top.
Oh, okay. So you want to stay in LA?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Talk about some high-end hooker shit. I'm about to go and fuck his boss. I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, thank you for stroking my ego.
That was great. That was a lot of fun.
It was super fun. Do you realize we never played in in Chicago?
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. I was there in like 90, like in the early 90s, like 92 to 98-ish. Maybe even after that, 99.
That's what we were doing a lot of the Weeby Negroes.
No, he was around when we were doing Weeby.
I've heard that. I never saw that show, but I remember the name for sure. I was doing
we
for the
did several because
association.
we were there for a lot of years. Yeah.
Yeah, we basically, you guys were up the street, at IO doing your stuff, and then we were doing indie stuff up the street. Sharna, we actually did a show upstairs when they opened.
We opened the Del Close Theater upstairs.
Yeah,
we were the first show in there.
Cool. Which theater were you at? The Annoyance? Were you at the Annoyance Theater? Were you?
We were never.
We were at like Stage Left and Live Bait and a lot of different theaters.
Because I remember the name. I mean, I would hear it, but then I would, Chicago. Let's go drink. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing.
I should go see that. No, let's have a beer.
Basically, none of us saw any of our fucking shows, but we saw each other, at the bars around the places that we were performing at, or we just head over to IO and drink at the bar, or we go,
and you give each other a synopsis how the show went that night.
That fine fucking space, and then so later on in the years you can pretend like you saw it.
Yeah. You get enough of the conversations, you can be, oh yeah, I saw a full show.
Yeah, I saw Tina Fey, and then I saw Amy Poehler performing with Inside Vladimir. Like, you lying your ass off, bitch. We performed with Amy before she got into Inside.
Before we became a black company. Yeah, Amy was in our last white company.
Was our last white company, and I'm just wild. No one saw that show, but everybody remembers Schoolhouse Rock.
I did a school. I did Saturday Morning Live, but we oh god, I can't remember the theater. It's one of the many there. But we did Schoolhouse Rock live song, so we were kind of ripping them off in a weird way.
Oh god, all of us were ripping off the better shows. At one point, it's like one of my favorite things with UCB when they were still in Chicago was doing Angels. They were doing the Angels thing. It's like, it was rude, it was wrong, it was in two spots because it's Angels is a forever show. It goes on forever, and so did Matt and Amy and Matt and those guys. They went on forever.
And see, when we were doing, we did Cotton Chicago. Remember the old Cross Currents became Cotton Chicago. Became a blues club.
Yeah.
And they didn't have anything going on Friday and Saturday night at 8:00. So we did a show on the main stage there before the blues came on. And at that point, Annoyance was upstairs doing Splatter Theater.
They were doing Splatter. And then they got their own space.
Yeah, then they got their own space.
But yeah, I think that space now is, I don't even know what it is anymore.
Didn't they turn it into mini golf?
Only thing I know is Annoyance was in that space, and now Annoyance is across the street.
Well, they're on Belmont now, right? They have a new
They're on Belmont, right by the L track.
Yeah, down about, must be like 100 feet away from where Cross Currents is.
Yeah, but basically they are right across the street, the same, and now everybody just hangs at Mick's Bar.
Yeah. I remember we used to go to the
Mick is behind the bar, because that's where he's always wanted to be.
True that.
Should we do a session now?
Let's talk afterwards. We're actually running a touch behind, but I don't care because there's not on Twitch. There's 2 hours before us, so we got a ton of time to just fuck around because we do our shit early because we old. You want to keep your mic on?
Yeah, of course.
Keep your mic on so we can hear your laughter, even if it's not funny, Jeff. Just fucking laugh.
Hang on your desk, anything. Just noise.
It was fun.
But don't do a Southside theater thing.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh no, he did. Oh yes, he did.
No, I won't be doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I think, sir, you are officially Caucasian.
Oh God, I am so Caucasian. Although here's an interesting fact: I've performed at Showtime at the Apollo, and I did not get booed off stage.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was pretty.
You didn't get the guy tap dancing you off?
No, I didn't. I accidentally knocked the wooden log over. That was not. It didn't go over well.
No.
Well, at least you touched it when you did it.
At least you touched it and knocked it over. So that's why you didn't, because black folks feel bad for your ass.
I think so. Like, look at this poor clumsy, dopey white guy, and they had it like on the chintziest card table. I'm like, a little respect for the log. Get it something more sturdy. Some like lightweight like me can knock it over. Come on.
Well, honey, you just don't know.
Yep. And Comic View. I've done Comic View, so there you go.
Yeah, I actually saw you on Comic View.
Did you?
Yes,
You're like the only person. That's awesome.
Well, that's the thing. The thing is, I'm just looking for my friends who have gone from improv to stand-up. That's all I'm doing.
That's like people who still remember Quick Wits.
Yeah. Oh my! I remember Quick Wits. That's Chicago. Was that local Chicago? I remember it.
No, Quick Wits was Dan O'Connor here in L.A., who is the artistic director of improv, and I'm doing. Okay. And check this out, Jeff. I'm doing 90s sitcom with them right now, an improvised 90s sitcom. And when they asked me, when they asked me, I just went, so I'm improvising my life. So my life is now a genre piece.
Well, you're always in the pocket.
Excuse me. Yeah, he's like, excuse me, let me get out my dread wig and my go ahead Mr. Wendell clothes and
the older you get, your memories become other people's nostalgia.
I want to fucking kill someone. And with that, we need to fucking improvise. Okay. Keep your mic on. Improv God.
Give us a little bridging music.
Bridging music, sir. I love you, Jeff.
My God, thank you.
We're Landry and Summers. Jeff Ahern is funny.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And he's a laugher. Oh, that gets it.
Yeah. We do sketch and improvisational comedy. When was the last time we've done sketch comedy, Hans?
Jesus, it's been a while.
It's been a bit. We might want to do that one day.
I think last time we did a formal sketch show was for the 12th anniversary of We Be Negroes over in North Hollywood.
Yeah, it was in North Hollywood at the Avery Sharp.
Oh, no, take that back. We played the Second City in Hollywood. We did a sketch show.
We did a sketch show. That's here.
Right. Yeah, that was about
whatever it is where it gets it. Yes, so I absolutely remember that. But
I would hope so.
For the last decade or so, we've been doing just straight on improvisational theater, and I'm happy with this. Improv God.
Yes.
On that Facebook wall, go and give us a suggestion.
I've got, I think, a really good one. I'm really reading the room on this one. Paul Imboden. Imboden?
Yes, Imboden. He's an improviser in Chicago.
Funny you should say that. Best moment of their life was moving to Chicago.
That's freaking awesome. And here's the thing. The thing is, with the exception of Improv God, who is everywhere. I said that.
How is he floating over Austin right now?
Yeah, he's floating over Austin at this very moment. Everybody in this current room, I'm going to actually ask Jeff, who still has his mic on. Jeff, were you born in Chicago?
No, my father was.
Okay.
And I lived there for about 9 years.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm originally from Chicago, from the south side of Chicago. And moving to Chicago. We moved back and forth, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Boom, ba do ba do ba.
We're going back. We're going back to Chicago.
Ba do ba do ba.
Land with big shoulders.
Ba do ba do ba.
And a dirty neck.
Boom, ba do ba do ba.
And the peeled onion.
Ba do ba do ba.
When you grow up on the south side of Chicago, you never really go past the water tower. But when you do, there's a little bridge you go under that takes you on LSD. That would be Lakeshore Drive. And if you are African American going under the bridge, it's like you're in a new land. It's not really Chicago. It's not really Chicago. Oh, this is where the white people are. And all the good sushi. And Sackton City. And Clark Street goes on forever. I'm going back to Chicago. I'm going back to Chicago. Go, the city with a dirty damn neck.
Yeah. Give me a beer there. Hey, thanks. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can have. I need it. Oh, run a rough day. Hey. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Hey, that's great.
I am doing.
I like this bar. You get to relax in this bar.
Yeah, this is wow. It's shiny.
Yeah.
It's shiny and dirty at the same time.
Yeah, well, it was new about 30 years ago, and nobody's cleaned it since.
Yeah. Who's okay? I know the picture. I know the guys who are on the wall. I know Mayor Daley. That's Daley.
Oh yeah, Mayor Daley.
Yeah, that's him. And
Daley.
That's Papa.
Not the son. Not the son.
You know, it's a shame he just died.
Yeah, well.
Who died? Who dies from getting shit? It's like Mama Cass.
Well, yeah.
Mama Cass happened to him.
Yeah, I heard she died eating a cheese sandwich.
Yeah, and he died in the chicken wing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, who
knew? If you gotta go, you gotta go.
I'm surprised they let me in. I had to show them 3 pieces of ID.
That's Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
Oh yeah.
3 pieces.
Oh yeah. Well,
I showed
they want to make sure that you know who you are.
Well, no, I'm black. I'm the only black person in here. I showed my ID. I showed my Social Security card, and I ended up showing them just a Blockbuster card.
Blockbuster? You got a Blockbuster card still?
Yeah, everybody has a Blockbuster card.
Well, yeah, I know at one point or another, but nowadays, jeez.
You like this place? Hey, that's a swastika.
Yeah. Well, that's how one of the groups. That group meets here every Thursday.
Yeah, well, being on Lincoln Avenue
it's kind of a fraternal organization.
It's a fraternal organization of assholes.
Well, you know, some people think that, you know.
It's an FOA.
Oh, yeah.
Organization of assholes.
Yeah, well, when you come to a bar near Sox Park, what do you expect?
Yeah, I don't expect much. 35th is nothing but a slip and slide.
That's right.
Nothing but a slip and slide. It's a slip and slide from, oh, look, it's Bridgeport. And oh, look, there's black people afraid to go into Bridgeport.
Yeah. You know what? I live not too far away from here. We actually have 2 black families on the block.
Congratulations.
We are very liberal.
Yeah, that's very liberal for Bridgeport.
Oh, yeah.
May I sit by you? I don't have cooties.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand all this racism, because, if people know where they're supposed to live, they have no problems.
Do you realize that was racist?
It was. No, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. I just thought, people like to live in groups of their own kind.
That's racist.
Oh. Well, But then why do like the Japanese, and the Chinese, they're like Chinatown. They all live together like that. Why?
Because y'all are afraid to have them in your own neighborhoods.
Oh, well,
That's why it's segregated.
Oh.
True story. Chicago's the most segregated city. I am still holding my fake beer. Chicago. And the thing is, I'm picking it right back up from my desk. Chicago is the most segregated city in the country. Now, a lot of people will say that there's other cities, but no. This is how segregated Chicago is. You're on the north side of Chicago and you're in Boys Town. You know, the area that is predominantly beautiful LGBTQIA flags, all going down Broadway, go down Clark Street, down that area. You know, I lived on Broadway in Cornelia when I first moved to the north side of Chicago. So it is a very LGBT, and that's where the parade goes, the Chicago Gay Pride Parade. My first gay pride parade, because I am bisexual, they would not let us march, by the way, because segregation in Chicago. I am standing on Broadway in Cornelia, and then people are passing out flyers quietly on where the parties are. Here's how it worked. You walk down Broadway, you go down one street. It was only certain guys who have certain handkerchiefs in one pocket or another pocket. You had your snow bunnies who dug on black men. You had the straight on black gay scene that actually went there. You never saw lesbians because they were not in that area. You had to go farther out into Wicker Park for the parties. And then that was segregated out to white women liking white women and black women liking white women and interracial. When the LGBTQA community is figuring out who you are by your race, welcome to Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
But I get all over the city. It's fine. I travel around.
Have you been on the 83rd and Cottage Grove?
Well, no, I
You've never been past. You've never been on that red line trip, have you?
Oh, I don't ride the train. I don't ride. You mean all kinds of people on the train? I don't like.
Do you realize that I came down here to see a friend and I drove the red line from the end, which is 103rd, all the way up to here to fucking
good
Addison?
For you. That's great. That's good for you. That's good for you. Hell, recently, a friend of mine just bought a house.
Yeah, good for him.
Believe it or not, he bought a house.
I tried to buy a house once.
You did, huh?
They wouldn't give it to me. I went downtown. I went to Continental Bank in Chicago. They turned my loan down, even though I had all the down payment stuff. They don't give any kind of money to someone named LaQuisha Johnson.
Well, yeah, that's a drawback.
No, it's not a drawback. That's my name.
Oh, well, I can't help that. That's your parents' fault.
No. The Johnson is not their problem. And Letitia is a good name. My name is a good name. You need to step away from your name. Let me guess.
My name?
Kevin.
Kevin? Do I look queer?
No, you don't.
Jesus, Kevin. I would have gone out and beat my dad up afterwards if I had been born Kevin.
What's your name then?
My name is John.
Of course it is.
John.
What's your last name?
McCarthy.
Of course it is. Of course your last name is McCarthy. Of course your last name is McCarthy. What is wrong with you? You realize out there this Irish ring not to go and be fucked with out here on the north side.
Oh, that's Irish. That's the way to be. Everybody wants to be Irish.
True story. I can do this all motherfucking day now. This ring, I put it on my fuck you finger. I just got a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100%. Okay, I'm not 100% anything. But I'm predominantly Nigerian. Also, it turns out that it is correct. I am Irish. Basically, I'm Nigerian from Europe because, the people in Ireland love to have sex with their help. And So, in theory, I can go to Ireland and get citizenship if I wanted to. And Dublin is beautiful. It's absolutely fucking gorgeous there. And I can go and get the tax write-off just riding all day long in a pub because they give you a tax write-off. When I said that I had Irish lineage in Dublin, everyone laughed. When I was in Dublin, everyone said they asked me, I had a San Francisco shirt on, and they said, "Oh, you're from where are you from, Les?" And I go, I live in LA. And they're like, "Oh, we hate LA here." And I said, "Would it make you feel any better if I told you I was from Chicago?" And everyone in that meat market on Meat Street just started singing "Sweet Home Chicago" and "My Kind of Town Chicago Is." And then I looked at them and I said, "Would you give me this store if I told you I was from Boston?" And that whole place went up laughing because no matter how racist American Irish can be, God damn it, like African Americans, Irish are the funniest people I've ever met. Yeah.
So he bought this house, and I never expected it. He bought it over on the west side.
You know,
He bought the house on the west side.
I want you to shut up for 2 seconds and just look at how my glass is empty.
Oh, okay, sure. I'll buy
I
you
am
one.
a woman.
I will buy you one. I will buy you a beverage.
Thank you.
Blatz.
I know. I'll take a Blatz.
Okay.
I'll take a Blatz.
Charlie, not a Blatz. There you go.
Thank you.
So he bought this house on the west side. You know, it's like, first of all, I said, why the hell did you buy a house on the west side? Anyway, he decided to.
I love that. Can I get another one?
Because sure.
That shit is like making, like, just like Python is making love in a canoe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it really is the only beer that tastes like
it tastes just like his name.
Yeah.
If I gotta listen to a racist who thinks he's not, I need to have another Blatz.
Yeah, there you go.
I just said my MO out loud that I've never said in Chicago ever in my life.
So anyway, he invited me over for a housewarming. And I said, sure, I'll come over there. I'll come over for your housewarming, go over there for dinner. So now on the way there, I was driving down one of the main streets over there.
Yeah.
And as I passed, there's this car up on the sidewalk. The door is open.
Sure.
This guy is hanging out of the car. It's been shot like 10 times.
Right.
So it's like, okay, it's Chicago. So I kept driving, and then I turned down his street, and some kids, I think they were a gang.
There's gangs all over Chicago.
Yeah, well, they
were they white or were they black?
Oh no, they were the Hispanic gangs.
Yeah, because there's Rickens, there's Disciples, there's Latin Kings.
Well,
Keep going.
I don't know. Some reason they had this affinity to water, and they literally opened up the fire hydrant and flooded the entire street. Must have been about 2 feet of water rolling down that street.
Yeah.
So when I got over my friend's house, I said, this neighborhood you moved into, I don't think you need a television set. Just look out your windows.
Mr. McCarthy?
Yeah.
You're a very fascinating man.
Thank you.
You have lived.
They like me at work. I tell stories at work.
Oh, you see, now I've been sitting here. Everybody's seen this place. They just call last call. But the nice thing about Chicago bars, true story. The nice thing about Chicago bars is the fact that if you know somebody, they lock up the motherfucker and let you stay in there and drink all motherfucking night. No, that's amazing. If you are nice to people in Chicago, you can drink all motherfucking night long. You can wake up and then you just go down the street to a 24-hour fucking restaurant and have some eggs to sop up the drunk. And then you go back to the same motherfucking bar and you just knock on the phone and they will let you back in. As long as you know somebody. And trust me, me and Hans knew a lot of people at the VU. What was the other place, Hans?
Green Mill.
The Gray Mill. All of them. As long as you know somebody.
Yeah, don't, please. Well, don't worry about last call because Charlie's the owner. Me and him is friends. So
Yeah.
if you want to stay in here because you're in the know now.
I'm in the know. Yeah. I'm your black friend.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I'm your black friend.
Needs one minority friend. And I was thinking that
I'm that person.
If you want to hang around,
I will own that.
To be honest with you,
free booze, I will own.
We can drink.
Honorary white friend, black person.
At 5 o'clock, Charlie makes some mean biscuits and gravy.
Oh, I love biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
But I can go back there and make them the black way. You actually grill the fucking onions. Oh,
Bow.
I wanna go home so bad. Talking about this makes me happy and solitary sad. In the 90s, I was all over the north side. Sliders Road. The second city. Across the street was the Walgreens. Across the street was the Mickey D's. Across the street was the Boston Market. We called it Sliders Row. And then when I go and finish a show at the training center, we would all head off to I.O. and hang out with the massive frosty freeze, margarita spitting noise. Then we go to the bird sanctuary and listen to some jazz. And we go, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Back to the same old place, sweet home, Chicago. And then we go and see a Cubs game. Plays named after the bleacher bum. Fuck New York, we're number one. Fuck New York, we are number one. Chicago's my hometown, the polyester of weather. It's hot in the summer and cold in the winter. But you gotta love the people. You gotta love the honesty. I wanna take a ride. I wanna go home. I wanna go back to Chicago. We're Landry and Summers.
I think we have enough extra time to talk a little more.
We have. Was that okay, Jeff? Was that an homage to our town?
Yeah, all I want to do is go to Chicago, get on a flight and go.
Go to Chicago, right? Because they're cheap. They're cheap because of COVID. Yeah. We're gonna move back into the other room. We're gonna talk the rest of the show out. You wanna talk to us?
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right, let's do this then. Sounds good.
It's Chicago. There's always stories.
Yeah, we have so many Chicago stories because that's my hometown.
Oh, your hometown, Holly?
Yours too. But you were saying that you were not born in Chicago. You were born someplace else.
Oh man, yeah, I was born to be an entertainer because we moved around so much. My dad was in the Navy, so you got.
So you're a military brat.
Military brat.
Right. Navy, Japan, Germany, eventually England, and then I lived in Connecticut the longest. And then we moved to Chicago. We didn't move to Chicago. I moved to Chicago after I graduated from school because I wanted to do Second City and improv. It's weird. Like you're like, I want to do improv. I don't even know where that comes from. Like, how do you just decide you want to do improv? But it's in you, and you're like, I want to do improv. I don't know where it comes from, but
that's the thing. The thing was, I didn't turn around and say, I want to do improv. Basically, the whole, I don't think any African American, because we didn't go that route, was like, I want to do improv. But what happened was, for me, I was in Geese Theater Company with David Rosowski and those guys, and Ellen Stone King and those guys.
Sure.
Yeah, I love them both. I love Raz.
The second person, I didn't hear who you said, but I'm pretty sure I don't care for him.
Ellen's
who you said. Who's the other
wrong.
person?
Ellen is a lovely person. Ellen Stone King. She was in Co-ed Prison Sluts.
I bet she's awesome. I don't matter.
Yeah, but she's awesome and wonderful. She did the tap dancing stuff with Susan Messing when they were doing.
Oh, very cool.
But Raz, I'm no longer than Hans because we were both in Geese Company together, and
you were in Geese just before we met.
Yeah, exactly. So it was that kind of thing when I was taking classes. I was doing kind of a Rhodes Scholar because I was at Columbia, and at that point, Rondi Reed was my fucking teacher at that point.
I don't even know who that is. Rhonda Reed.
Rondi Reed. She was on Roseanne for a moment also. But yeah, she did Miss Firecracker contest back in the day. This is theater shit, and because back then, even then, but I was taking Goodman classes, and I started doing improv. I'm like, well, and I saw the Second City. I'm like, now that looks like fun.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw all the pictures on the wall of the show that I loved the most, which was Saturday Night Live, and with Gilda and everybody. And I just went, this looks cool. And then I'm looking at the walls and going, I don't think I got a chance in this place.
It's a little pigment challenge.
It's a little pasty.
Just a little melanin problem going on.
A little pasty.
A little pasty. And this is someone who married pasty.
I am not pasty. I'm rosy pink.
No, you ain't. Pink doesn't even come in your vernacular, bitch. So this man has more color.
I'm excited. I want to be like you next to me at all times, so I look tan. I'm pretty happy about it.
Seriously. I mean, you're the king of alabaster.
But yeah, getting back to you talking about you decided you want to do improv. Hell, when the first time I was getting paid to perform comedy, I was in high school. And back then, we used to call it making shit up. We didn't even know what improv was. We were ad-libbing. We were making stuff up.
Yeah, you old 60-year-olds called it ad-libbing.
Get it?
You just wait. And speaking of, I'm going to ask you, Jeff.
Sure.
When you reached out, you said you had turned to the dark side. You just turned to the dark side, yeah?
Say again?
5-0. I call it the
God,
dark
yeah. Okay, yeah. I was like, there's so many. I had so many things. I was like, well, let's see. But the age.
He didn't want to talk about his heroin.
Yeah, that was all supposed to be off limits.
No, that's an Andy Dick thing, not a Jeff Ahern thing. Right?
Andy Dick. So I turned 50. I'm now actually 51. I just turned 51. So I was March 30th is my birthday. So I just turned 51.
Happy birthday and congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's so far, except for my knees. Like, I swear to God, I turned 51 and both of my knees were just like, oh, all right, great. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Isn't this just some bullshit? I got to ask you, though, before I ask you one thing, because we have to do this. But first, when you turned 50 in this town, did you get any propaganda, any kind of bullshit mail from AARP?
Oh, yeah. Pretty much. I was getting it before I was 50. I was getting like 48, 49.
They keep lowering the age. It used to be when they first started AARP, you had to be 65. Then they go, we need more members. They lowered to 62. Then it was 60. Then 55. Now it's 50.
A day after my birthday, I got AARP, and I got this in the mail here in LA, and I just went, I should have never subscribed to Columbia House.
That's what it always goes back to Columbia House.
Everything goes back to Columbia House.
All the problems of the world everything, you name it. It's all
Everything
really
is about getting albums you don't want.
Yep.
It's literally that. I am convinced of
And
this.
if you ask kids today, going, Columbia House,
what is
they
that?
sent you
That a
what are these
college?
records?
What is
No, records are coming back
What a
in.
deal.
CDs?
I don't know. Albums are coming back
Cassettes?
because you can get a record player that's USB connect. And honestly, well, yeah, we just got one. I highly recommend it because Prince's Vault will pretty much be given out until we die. So I ended up getting the collection, the new collection, Welcome to America, that he never put out. Hans just got.
You'll get that. You'll get that day one release.
Yeah, that's on vinyl, and I just basically.
Columbia House?
No, it's not.
Oh, I don't want
It's from his. But I wish it was because that was.
I could do like abridged versions of the songs, put them on a cassette, and sell them to you at Columbia House.
Columbia House is now food. You can like, I'm too lazy to cook. I'm going to the Columbia House of Food, where they just bring you your fucking food and you cook it. That's some lazy ass shit.
I'm still getting over the whole record USB thing. That's kind of cool. Record player that's got a USB connection.
You can go to.
Well, yeah. The one Shawnee bought me is because we have so much vintage furniture. It's a vintage looking turntable.
Yeah.
So my first thought, it's a vintage looking turntable. I have to get 78s. And now I have a collection of 78s.
Yeah, and I basically transferred because I'm more computer savvy. I transferred all of the Mills Brothers and. Just a bunch of music.
What do we have?
Cab
Calloway and Glenn Miller.
Calloway. That's wild.
Yeah, we saw him twice in concert.
We saw him 5 times.
Yeah, we saw him 5 times.
That's wild.
Just before he passed away. But but I need to before we have a ton of time. So you know, Improv God, we have like 2 hours before anything else happens.
So we might go a few minutes in overtime.
Yeah, just a touch. But I would like to do this. Jeff, you have the most amazing little boy I have ever seen in my entire life. Will you bring him into the camera?
Oh my, yeah. Once I turn him on, though.
I don't care. I don't care.
Bring him in as your special guest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to meet Jeff Ahern's child. He tells the best jokes, and I want him to tell the joke that he told me before we went. Improv God, wasn't that a great joke?
It was fantastic.
It was amazing. We have a little improviser amongst us, a little comedian. And I would like to, unless he has fallen out and gone to sleep, because that's what children do.
But that kind of reminded me that one I just read you.
Yes.
Reading that collection of Charlie Brown of Peanuts.
Yeah, as I was setting up, as Jeff is getting his son from wherever he might be, Hans was reading me Charlie Brown cartoons, where obviously Charlie Brown is reading a book and everybody gets hit with a skillet.
No, it's Snoopy.
Snoopy was
trying to write books.
Wait. I hear children.
Hello. Hi. Why do you guys like me so much?
Did you watch the show?
Did you watch
your dad?
Did you watch your dad?
I was doing a good
Stop.
job.
Wait. Well, eat the food first, swallow, and then have to tell your thought, bro.
Good.
Just go ahead.
Thank you, guys.
Hi. So you know, guess where I'm streaming? I'm streaming on TikTok right now.
Cool.
Yeah. It does live stuff, and I got like 23,000 followers on TikTok.
That's cool.
That's
Awesome.
Yeah. So you are on TikTok right now. You're also on Twitch.
I'm on TikTok and on Twitch.
Yeah.
Hello, people.
There it is.
And Facebook. You're on Facebook too.
You're on Facebook.
And
you're
YouTube.
on Twitch and YouTube.
Oh, wow.
You are very attractive right now with the food in your mouth, bro.
Mikey won't eat it.
No, Mikey won't eat
doesn't
it,
like anything.
but he likes it. Hey, so when you grow up, I gotta ask you, first swallow, because that was funny. Chew and swallow. Then you go and tell me what you want to be when you grow up.
Are people watching this?
Yes.
I know, that's why I'm.
He's still working on the food. He's trying to.
Go and chew it down. Go and chew it down. Oh, that's an improviser move. Hey, we're on Twitch. We can't go and show that. I don't think. I don't even know what the rules are.
We just need to underscore his eating. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, so I think he's chewed. What do you want to be when you grow up, bro? What?
This is cool. How come I have 2 cameras?
Yeah, well, there's 2 cameras. Well, you're seeing what you're seeing.
You see the frame with 2 pictures in it?
Here, let me go and show you.
That's what's going out over the internet.
So I'm going to go and show you how this is happening. You see how you see yourself? By the way, everybody who's watching the Pack Theater, put that back up, Improv God. You see right there where it says, go and give money to Venmo? That is telling people to go and give.
My star will be right back.
All right, and have your dad come back in.
You just said your star will be right back, and I literally don't know where he's going. Where are you going? I feel like chopped liver after that. Nobody wants to see the old AARP guy.
At this point, we are all chopped liver.
I see your future. You're going to be an agent for your son.
I see the future, and that guy's going to be a lawyer.
We took him to here he comes. We took him to an audition, and he said he thought it was stupid. I'm like, yeah, maybe next time you don't say that to the casting director.
Long time ago, back when I was like 5, I got upset because it was
a long time ago. Back when
dragged me out. Yeah, back when I was like really young, like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Keep going. Yeah.
And they pulled me out, and And
so, dude,
talked about it, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah. So, what do you want to be when you grow up, man? When you're
a voice actor. You want to see what voices I can do?
What's your best voice? What's your best voice?
Well, hello there, handsome. How you doing today? Hey. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. I say we ride our horses till the end of the road. Michael, you forgot the cookie jar, and you threw it on the ground. I'm just making up stuff.
I bet your dad likes.
I am the even loud, and I will put rainbows to bed.
Wait, if you're gonna do more so you know.
I'm the superhero.
Give and take.
You are amazing, my man. So seriously though, what you are 19. Pretend you're 19. Wait, hold on. When you're 19 years old, what would you like to be doing?
Maybe that, or it could be, or I would love to also be an artist.
That would be very cool.
Too.
That would be very cool. I would love to see your artwork hanging in a museum somewhere here in LA. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yes, like hanging up on the picture frame like this.
Right? Mm-hmm. Am I right?
Or like this.
Or
maybe like this.
Or like this. Yeah, maybe that. You are lovely. Bring your dad back in. By the way, you're all right for a kid.
Thanks for letting me appear. You guys do it.
Okay. No problem. Bye.
That's the man.
So when you're 19 years old, what do you want to be?
I don't know. Probably. What did I do when I was 19? I was in college when I was 19. UConn.
Your kid.
Drinking.
Yeah.
What's that?
Right? Your kid. And these are the moments where I am extremely jealous of my friends. I know you're living. I get it, but we don't have them. But it's lovely to play with them.
Oh God, yeah, they're great, and he's at that good. I mean, he's past that age. He's in that middle ground where it's awesome. I mean, I don't know what to expect when he comes to you because I don't hear his dad.
Super smart. God damn it. So basically, this is how you get him out of improv. You go and just keep taking the improv show. So he's like, fuck this. And then he becomes a lawyer and a doctor. He can take care of you when you're fucking 70. That's how you do that.
Or
good.
Or if you want him to be an improviser, over in North Hollywood, Linda Fulton.
Linda Fulton
She does improv for kids.
Oh, he would probably like that, actually. So
I think he would too. Also, and now that I'm getting to the plaguing stage of this business, you can bring your kid over to me, over to the Pack Theater, because I do take children along with my adults. So Pack Theater, going, and online too. So online, come and take classes at the Pack Theater. And here comes the pluggy plugs. Underneath us that you're seeing right now is Venmo, because, all the cool kids and crazy politicians use Venmo.
Yeah, the hooker wouldn't take my check. You want Venmo.
So I'm just, so please, if you're watching this show on Venmo, please just put in education.
No high class hooker.
It doesn't put in education. Landry's Seniors Improv Comedy education. Please give us a Pack Theater to keep us open.
And on YouTube.
And on YouTube also, please. Next week, we will probably not have amazing children, but we will have Kim Howard Johnson. Kim is doing the show, Truth and Comedy, 200 Years of Monty Python.
And one of our customers in our store.
And one of our Hepcat Comics customers. And because it's over there, Hans, can you run over there real quick for the Pack? Coming up next on the Pack.
Run over where do what?
Where that's hanging up on the camera that I need to take a thank you, because we're sitting in here and I need that, because we have a lot of shows coming up on the Pack Theater. Please, God, just hand this to me now. Thank you.
You need it written down? I thought you could just improvise.
No, I improvise other people's show because that's rude. At 8 o'clock is Wizarding World Live, which is an amazing show. Fake news, possibly at 9 p.m. and go sketch yourself at 11:30. Stick around on the Pack Theater. If you watch it on Facebook, thank you so much. And especially if you would wish to, at the last minute, go and give money to the events on Facebook, all that money goes to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund to go and help out Georgia, to go and help out Chicago, Minnesota. So think about that.
And most states down south.
LA could use some help too. With all that said, this was fucking fun.
It was. I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Improv God, you're dreamy. Thank you.
It was wonderful. Love the energy.
Yeah, right.
And when we're back on stage, you have to come over and do a show with us.
Yes, will happen very soon.
Good.
I am getting my second shot on Monday.
Sorry.
And I'm excited about it.
Well,
with Improv God's getting his vaccine.
Yeah.
And for anybody who feels weird about it, you don't have to anymore. Just go. Go. Protect us. Protect all of us. Let's all hug each other like we used to, like we did last summer.
No, last summer we were still.
No, like we did 2 summers ago.
2 summers ago.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I'm Sean Landry.
On Summers.
Hey, peace, love. So